We still need Women's Day, but not flowers, cards, or discounts. Women's Day is here again, but instead of real change, we see flowers, gifts, and discount offers. Is that what this day really about? No. Women's Day is meant to highlight the struggles of women, the invisible labor, the discrimination, the systematic inequalities. Yet, year after year, it gets reduced to a market gimmick. No sales, just real care. Now think about this. What do women actually need? Better health care, equal pay, safety, and dignity. But what do they really get instead? Discounted skincare, chocolates, and apparels. Brands celebrate Women's Day not by addressing these real issues but by selling more to women. But can a discount on lipstick fix workplace harassment? Can a free spa voucher replace fair wages? No. But it doesn't stop there. There is something even worse. Pink washing. This is when brands pretend to support women's empowerment, but in reality, they do nothing to change their exploitative practices. They post feminist slogans, run flashy Women's Day campaigns, and talk about equality. But behind the scenes, they continue underpaying female workers, promoting unrealistic beauty standards, and ignoring workplace discrimination. And this is how Women's Day gets commercialized. A day that started as a labor movement has been turned into a profit-making opportunity. Instead of fighting for safer workplaces, better maternity benefits, and economic independence, companies use feminism as a branding tool. They turn activism into an ad campaign, focusing shifts from justice to sales from empowering profit. Now let's talk about something we all see but rarely question. Women are told that they can have careers, be independent, chase their dreams, but at what cost? They are expected to work like a man in office but be a woman at home, cooking, cleaning, caregiving. No matter how far they go, society still expects them to prioritize family over ambition. Capitalism and patriarchy go hand in hand to maintain this cycle. Women are encouraged to join the workforce but are still given the lowest paid, least secure jobs. Their unpaid domestic labor keeps the economy running, yet they remain invisible in positions of power. The system thrives on their labor but refuses to empower them. Now let's rewind a little. What's the history of International Working Women's Day? Women's Day didn't start as a celebration. It started as a fight. Back in 1910, German socialist and feminist Clara Zetkin proposed the idea of International Working Women's Day at the International Socialist Women's Conference in Copenhagen. The goal? To demand better working conditions, fair wages, and labor rights for women. The first official Women's Day was observed on March 19, 1911, in Austria, Denmark, Germany, and Switzerland. Later, the date was changed to March 8, honoring the women garment workers in New York who went on strike in 1857 and again in 1908, demanding shorter hours, better pay, and the right to vote. The movement grew, and in 1975, the United Nations officially recognized March 8 as International Working Women's Day. But here is something we don't talk about enough. Imperialism's role in shaping women's struggles. When Women's Day spread globally, it often reflected the power structure of colonialism. Western feminism focused on white, middle-class women's struggle while sidelining the voices of women in the global south. Even today, women in developing countries continue to be exploited under global capitalism. They work in sweatshops, get paid pennies, and have little to no labor rights, while all multinational brands profit from their hard work. This is not just about gender, it's about class, race, and power. So why do we need to decolonize Women's Day? What can we do? Firstly, we need to decolonize Women's Day. That means shifting the focus away from privileged narratives and amplifying the voices of marginalized women, domestic workers, garment workers, farmers, and sex workers. The struggles must be at the center of this movement. Women's issues are not one-dimensional. They are deeply tied to class struggle, caste oppression, racism, and labor exploitation. We cannot talk about feminism without talking about economic justice. We cannot celebrate Women's Day without recognizing the millions of women who still fight for basic survival.